Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an AMX 1357F. Now it's the tier 7 French light tank and it's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka under the command of BassmanFromHell. But this is not so much a video about his accomplishments in this game, but also about the members of his team who keep firing at him no matter what he does, even though he is actually winning the game for his team. Now he's got that 57mm gun, which is very good at penetrating the enemy, 143mm of pen, and does 90 alpha with each shot that it goes through the target. And as you can see, he's done the right thing on this map. Get as far forward as you can on the west side of the map so you can spot the enemy and spot them early. Oh, I think he's been spotted too early. But he was stunned. But I guess the enemy's lost sight of him now. I think it may have been that AMX 12 ton who was in the center line. I think he might have spotted him briefly, but he spotted somebody else and oh, mama. In fact, he's actually been stunned by his own M44. Yep, would you believe it? The M44 and his own team attacked him, not the enemy. Well, he's picking up loads of stun assist. And he's just received another direct hit from the enemy Arty, despite the fact that he spotted 2 enemy tanks and picked up 1060 spotting assist. So, yes, somebody on his own team, the M44, has got it in for him. And I can't understand why, because basically this guy is providing that M44 with perfect targets. He's just provided him with 2 targets, and he's spotting another one in the centre, the AMX ELC Biz. There was a 12 ton over there. I think that 12 ton met a doom. Has he gone? Yes, he has gone. Oh, and he's been stunned again by the M44. Now, who is this M44 person? So we know who it is. It's Quartermaster of the ORDEM clan, who's got a 50% win rate, and he keeps firing at Bassman. And the thing is, Bassman is doing his job properly. He's a light tank. He's a spotter. He goes out and finds the enemy so Arty can actually do the job. But so far, he's received no fewer than 3 direct hits. And there's another one. And he's been stunned again this time. And I think this shell came in from the M44 again. He's over in the corner now. And there's absolutely no reason to do this either. And again. Now every time he keeps getting hit by his own team, it could reveal his position to the enemy. Because if they see that the enemy's Arty is firing at a particular spot, they might want to investigate that. And yet again the M44 is hitting him. Well, I think Wargaming is going to have words with this M44. And I'm going to file a complaint even if Bassman doesn't, because that M44 driver is definitely doing wrong. Well, he's been spotted, so he's going to have to motor now, because otherwise he would be receiving shots. And he dodged one of the M44's shells, but he's doing a fantastic job spotting these guys. And oh, took a damage from the enemy now. And can he finish off that M10? Yes, he can. But he's receiving fire now from the enemy Arty as well. But he's getting him the hell out of there. Yep, there's a Crusader over there firing at him. And an M44. But he's dodging them. And I think he's outside their view range now, so they don't know where he is. He's now taking up position in the bushes again. So fantastic job so far by Bassman. He's now picked up 1,557 hit points of spotting. And he's now moving directly down the road. He's picked up a patrol duty. And he's just dodged another shell from his own team. I do hope that Wargaming bans that Arty player. And I don't often say that. But that Arty player is definitely not playing for his team. He's actually doing a disservice to all Arty players by targeting his own Arty, his own light tanks. There's the E25, locks on, 1, 2 in, 3 in, and the kill goes in. The kill went to our E25, but he was spotted, and he's going to have to get behind cover again. He does so, dodges a shell, probably from the enemy M44, which I think he's now going to locate for his own team. This is a fantastic job of spotting. There's the MT25. There's the Lorraine 15550. Has the M44 been killed? No, it's still alive, so he must have relocated. But we now know where the Lorraine 15550 is, and he's been wiped out by our KV-1. So, even better now, 2,050 hit points of spotting assist, and he's weaving around to avoid his own guys hitting him, let alone the enemy. How he managed to keep his cool during this game, I do not know. But there's the enemy. Oh, look at that. Masses of them. There's the M44 up on top of the hill. He's just going to lock on and pump the rounds in. And he's got the kill. He actually set fire to that M44, but he did take a round from the Crusader. The enemy's got no RT now, so they're not going to be able to return fire on him if he's moving about quickly. Well, it's going to be very difficult, so he can select his spots and start picking them off one by one. I always consider the AMX 1357, based on that very light tank chassis, is a bit of an assassin. You dodge into danger, quickly locate the enemy, pump a few rounds into them, and then quickly get out of it. Well, where did that enemy go? There he is. Oh, look at that, he's just killed him. Oh, but he took a round from the MT25 behind him, and that's the end of his game. But oh my god, what a good job he did for his team. 2,123 hit points of spotting assists and 1,106 of actual damage, and there's only 3 enemy tanks left now. Okay, well, the battle's still proceeding, but it won't be long. There's only 2 of them left now, and the EBR's suffered a bit of damage, so, well, a lot of damage. He's a one-shot, and he's gone. Now, there's only 1 enemy remaining. It's that MT25, the guy who actually killed Bassman. I think he's just the other side of the railway line. And our guys are sitting in the cap, so probably that MT25 is going to pop up, try and get himself a defender medal, because he knows he can't win the game. Absolutely impossible. Meanwhile, the E25's looking. Oh, the MT25's gone over the railway line. And did he get a reset? Well, he's being badly hit. And yeah, we did get a partial reset, but not enough. And that's the end of the game. And there was a few choice words, but Bassman was very polite. He didn't say anything naughty during that his criticism of the M44 on his own team. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, he got a second-class tanker in that game, a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a duelist, a arsonist, because he did set fire to that M44 at the end, and a 5 for effect out of the minor medals. Out of the epic ones, he picked up a patrol duty for being the only one spotting at least 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And his win rate for that game was 3,081, which is super Unicum standards. So yeah, why was that M44 in his own team trying to damage him? Well, we'll have to find out, I suppose. Let's have a look. Well, when it comes to damage, he didn't get the highest damage. That actually went to the E25, who managed to get the high caliber with 2,105 hit points. The Churchill managed to get 1,303, and after that it was the Hotchkiss on the enemy team with 1,283. But Bassman managed to get 1,106, which is still very respectable. But you'll see why it was also very, very good indeed. When it comes to kills, he actually managed to get the second or joint second highest number of kills. The E25 on his team and the EBR both managed 4 kills apiece, and he managed 3 kills, so did the Churchill 7. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's streets ahead of the others, 1,120, but surprisingly that's not enough for an ace tanker. Yes, you have to really go some in the 1357 if you want to get an ace tanker, because it's such a widely played light tank, and a lot of the people who play it do play it like an assassin rather than a spotter. They won't sit in a bush, they'll actually go around taking out individual tanks one by one, and that's how they manage to rack up so much damage and get the high base XP. If we look at the M44, the troublemaker, here he is, Quartermaster of the ORDEM clan, and he fired 13 shots, mostly at his own team, mostly at Bassman, and did only 261 hit points of damage on the enemy. 2 direct hits, obviously it's not recording the direct hits that on Bassman, only on the enemy. 8 splash. Now I suspect that may have been the 8 splash on Bassman actually, and received 1 hit and 1 penetration. Did he actually? No, it doesn't actually have damage to allies anymore, because of course you can't have damage to allies anymore. But damage to enemy vehicles stunned by him, only 69 off 1 stun. So I imagine that only 1 of his shots actually hit the enemy, and the rest of them were fired at Bassman. Completely contrary to the rules. So this guy should be reported to Wargaming. Quartermaster1 of the ORDEM clan, and he's on the EU server. And that guy is a troll, and he shouldn't be playing an Arty at all, because he's getting a bad reputation for Arty every time he does this to one of his own team. If we look at the detail report for Bassman, we can see he fired 16 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 12 penetrations, damage of 1,106 hit points, of which 280 were at more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits, 8 penetrations I'm afraid, and 6 enemy vehicles spotted, 4 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 2,258 hit points of spotting assist in that. And on a premium count, he earned 67,749 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he still made a profit of 42,279 credits, and that's why this is a good tank to get, because you do earn a lot of credits for your efforts. He picked up 26 bonds. I suspect that's 25 for the Veni Vidi Vici and 1 for the Patrol Duty, and 1,680 base experience, or is that no base experience on a premium, times 2 for the first victory, 336 because this is a premium vehicle, took away 3,696 experience points altogether. So a very good game there for Bassman, but it was ruined to a certain extent by Quartermaster1. So this is the guy. If you see this guy on your team or on the enemy team, if he's on your team, beware of him. If he's on the enemy team, make sure his life is a misery. Make sure he gets some payback for doing what he did to Bassman. There was absolutely no justification for what he did at all. In fact, actually, he could have destroyed the game for his own team had it not been for the fact that Bassman's a very good player and obviously was able to shake it off and carry on regardless. But Wargaming, this guy, remove him from the game. Ban him at least for 1 day. Tell him if he keeps firing at his own team, he'll get a bigger ban. Thanks for watching.